Hey everyone, this is the Back to the Future 1/6 scale Hot Toys DeLorean time machine. And I just wanted to show it off because it's so cool. I got Doc here as a Christmas gift. So that's Doc in his Part 2 attire. I don't think they have Doc from Part 1 at all, but I mean, this outfit's, definitely his style anyways. And of course there's Marty from Part 1. And you got lights back in there, you got the flux capacitor flexing. The headlights light up. This was just this is my own little test. I wanted to see what the they don't have the flux bands light up, so that's just a piece of string with some glow-in-the-dark paint on it. Obviously it's not glowing right now, but I wanted to see how it would look if that did light up. Anyways, for the lights, there's some extra parts in here. Like I kept everything in there, but there's a battery compartment under that wheel cap there. Get out of the way. So underneath this thing here is batteries, or you can get an adapter, which is what I did. I got an adapter going to the wall, and there's a switch right here. It shuts the lights off and on. Alright, and we'll check out everything at the back. You can see all that detail there. It's pretty incredible. I like the way they weathered this. And I'm not too disappointed with the license plate. I know a lot of people seem to be, because it wasn't an actual metal plate, but it is an embossed sticker, so you can't really tell from in the videos, but it does have some depth to it, and it does look a lot better in person. Of course, the tail lights are lighting up. Now, you're probably wondering, what about this Mr. Fusion? Well, I'll tell you about that soon. Oops, I'll set that down there. I'll just show you a bit more detail here. You get your plutonium chamber there, and that little piece comes out. I actually colored that in with a fine point Sharpie marker, just because I wanted a little bit more contrast, because it looked a little bit too yellow. I made a lightning rod. So if you notice this piece here, right there, that's for lightning rod to attach to, but they don't provide you with a lightning rod, so I made one out of zip ties and wires and stuff like that. So I used some screenshots and Google imaging. I found something that looks pretty darn good. I just put it together. Anyways, as for the Mr. Fusion, tuck that back in there. I've got two of them at the moment. These are ones that I sculpted from various parts and molded in silicone. I think that there are some websites where you can buy Mr. Fusion parts that are 3D printed, so if you need something that's absolutely perfect, then you're gonna have to spend a lot of money. However, I've got the materials and the knowledge for making silicone molds, and I ended up making some Mr. Fusions that I'm really happy with. and it didn't cost me anything. It was all just materials and stuff that I had on hand. So this one I designed a hinge into the back, so that's my most recent one. The first Mr. Fusion that I have is available for sale, and it has this top piece and the bottom piece, and they're all just fastened together as one figure, and it doesn't actually open, and sits on the back nice and easily, just like that. So like I said, the first one that I made is I'm asking $50 for it, and it doesn't have a hinge at the back. It's just kind of pretty well one piece. It's two pieces glued together, but just it doesn't open. It's more for a display. This one is for sale. I'm asking $70 for it, and it has a latch here. It's really hard to open with one hand. Oh, there we go. And a hinge at the back. Now this is a hinge that I didn't build into the mold. It's actually a Lego hinge. So I used the little piece of Lego and just put a tiny little screw, oops, here we are, through there. And it looks a little bit rough, but it's pretty strong, pretty sturdy. And I like the fact that you can take it apart like that. And you can kind of have it leaning or something, so if you want it halfway open, you can do that. So I have this one for sale if anyone's interested, for just $70. And I'm trying to close that. Come on. There we go. However, these ones I'm also asking $70 for. The hinge looks a lot nicer. However, this plastic that I'm using is pretty fragile, so you don't want to put too much force back there. Luckily, when you just open it, it'll just open and shut and stuff like that, and that'll be fine. But if you were to bump it or anything, then it could fairly easily be broken, so you just have to be very careful with it because it's pretty delicate, and it is just a display piece. Oops, my finger's getting in the way. So I'm asking $70 for this one with the Lego hinge. I think the Lego is going to be a little bit stronger back there. And then these ones are $70 as well, which I can make more of. Now I don't know if you noticed, but when it's sitting like this, you can see how they slant a little bit. They slant backwards. Now that was intentional because the plutonium chamber slants forward a little bit, like towards the back of the vehicle. So if you want your Mr. Fusion to sit somewhat straight, evenly, then I needed to build up the front of that so that it slanted a little bit towards the back. So that's how those fit. Yeah, let me know if you're interested in these. As far as I know, they don't really make like an actual Hot Toys Mr. Fusion. So yeah, for $70, like, I would have been really happy with this if I hadn't had the knowledge of making my own. So I would have easily spent $70 on something like that. It's pretty awesome, and it looks, sorry, I'm burping. It looks amazing on the back of the Time Machine. Like, I'm so happy with that. Yeah, so give me a shout if you're interested, and we'll see you in the future.